Listen up. Most people are living life reacting to problems, reacting to other people's opinions, reacting to whatever life throws at them. But what if you took control? What if you shifted your energy from what drains you to what fuels you? The moment you stop focusing on others, stop seeking validation, and start owning your power, everything changes. Your energy is your greatest weapon. Where you direct it determines your success, your happiness, your future. So, I've got one question for you. Are you ready to take back your focus, elevate your energy, and create the life you deserve? Let's go. Power of self-focus. Everything in life begins with you. Your success, your happiness, your fulfillment, none of it is determined by external factors. It's determined by your ability to take control of your own mind, emotions, and actions. The problem is, most people don't realize this. Instead, they live in a constant cycle of seeking external validation, comparing themselves to others, and letting the outside world dictate their emotions and decisions. But here's the truth. The moment you shift your focus inward and start taking responsibility for your own growth, your entire life changes. Most people are conditioned to look outward for answers. They spend their days wondering what others think about them, worrying about how they measure up, and seeking approval from friends, family, or social media. But the people who truly excel in life are the ones who understand that the only person they need to compete with is the person they were yesterday. They don't waste time or energy trying to impress others. They channel that energy into improving themselves. The most successful individuals in any field, whether it's business, sports, or personal development, have mastered the ability to block out distractions and focus on their own progress. They don't care if someone else is ahead of them because they understand that the only thing that matters is consistent growth. You don't need to be the best today, but you do need to be better than you were yesterday. That's the mindset that leads to transformation. One of the biggest traps people fall into is the habit of comparison. In today's world, with social media constantly showing us curated highlights of other people's lives, it's easy to feel like you're falling behind. But you have to remember, what you see online is not reality. You're seeing the best moments, the filtered successes, the highlights of someone else's journey. You don't see their struggles, their failures, or the years of hard work that went into that success. If you spend all your time focusing on someone else's path, you'll never have time to walk your own. Instead of comparing, start competing with yourself. Track your progress, set personal goals, measure how far you've come rather than how far someone else is ahead of you. When you shift your focus from external comparisons to internal growth, you gain a sense of control over your own destiny. That control gives you power, the power to improve, to evolve, and to create the life you want. Another common mistake is seeking validation from others. Too many people hold themselves back because they're afraid of what others might think. They hesitate to start a new business, pursue a passion, or make a bold decision because they fear judgment. But here's the truth. Most people are too busy thinking about themselves to worry about you. And even if they do judge you, it doesn't matter. Their opinions won't pay your bills, won't build your dreams, and won't shape your future. Only you can do that. So, how do you develop laser-sharp self-focus? First, eliminate distractions. Identify the things in your life that are pulling you away from your goals, whether it's negative people, social media, or bad habits, and start cutting them out. Protect your mental space like it's sacred, because it is. The more you remove distractions, the more energy you can direct toward what truly matters. Second, get clear on your purpose. What do you want? What drives you? What excites you? Too many people drift through life without a clear direction, and as a result, they get pulled in 100 different directions. But when you define your purpose, you create a powerful filter for your decisions. Anything that doesn't align with your goals gets eliminated. Third, develop discipline. Focus isn't about motivation, it's about discipline. Motivation is fleeting, it comes and goes. But discipline, that's what separates those who succeed from those who don't. If you train yourself to take action even when you don't feel like it, you become unstoppable. Build routines that support your goals, set deadlines for yourself, and hold yourself accountable. The more you do this, the stronger your focus becomes. Finally, practice self-reflection. Take time to assess your progress, understand what's working and what isn't, and adjust your strategy accordingly. Successful people don't just charge forward blindly, they take time to reflect, learn, and refine their approach. At the end of the day, your focus is your superpower. Where you direct it determines your success, your happiness, and your growth. Stop looking outside for answers, Stop worrying about what others think. Stop comparing yourself to people who are on a completely different journey. Instead, turn your attention inward, focus on your own progress, and commit to becoming the best version of yourself. Because the moment you do that, everything changes. Energy is everything. Your energy is the most valuable asset you have. It dictates how you think, how you feel, and ultimately how you perform. The quality of your life is determined by where and how you invest your energy. If you waste it on things that don't serve you, negative thoughts, toxic relationships, distractions, you'll always feel drained, unmotivated, and stuck. But if you direct it toward growth, learning, and purposeful action, you'll start to see a dramatic shift in every area of your life. Most people go through life exhausted, not because they're physically tired, but because they're mentally and emotionally drained. They wake up already feeling depleted because they've trained their minds to focus on stress, worry, and external problems they can't control. But here's the reality. Energy is not just something you have or don't have. It's something you create, something you manage, and something you control. The first step to shifting your energy is becoming aware of where it's going. Think about the people, activities, and habits in your life. Are they giving you energy or taking it away? Some people walk into a room and drain you immediately. They complain, they gossip, they focus on problems instead of solutions. Others lift you up, inspire you, and push you to be better. The same applies to the things you do daily. Scrolling on social media for hours, consuming negative news, or engaging in pointless arguments, all of these are energy traps. They might seem small, but over time they rob you of the power you need to create real progress. To reclaim your energy, you need to cut out the things that drain you and replace them with things that fuel you. That starts with your mindset. Your thoughts are the biggest influencers of your energy. If you constantly dwell on negative thoughts, self-doubt, fear, resentment, you're leaking energy before you even take action. But if you train yourself to think in terms of solutions, opportunities, and gratitude, your energy will shift instantly. Instead of waking up and thinking about everything that could go wrong, start asking yourself, what's one thing I can do today to move forward? What am I grateful for? What am I excited about? Your energy follows your focus. So if you focus on growth, your energy will naturally rise. Your physical state also plays a major role. Your body and mind are directly connected, and if your body is sluggish, your mind will be too. The fastest way to change your energy is to change your physiology. Movement creates energy. If you're feeling stuck or unmotivated, get up, move around, take deep breaths, or do something active. It's impossible to stay in a low energy state when you physically shift your body into a high. That's why top performers in every field prioritize exercise, breathing techniques, and movement. They know that their body is the foundation of their performance. Another critical factor in managing energy is learning to say no. Too many people feel drained because they overcommit themselves to things that don't align with their goals. They say yes out of obligation, guilt, or fear of disappointing others, but every time you say yes to something that doesn't serve you, you're saying no to something that does. Protecting your energy means setting boundaries. It means prioritizing your time and attention on the things that truly matter. It's also important to surround yourself with the right people. Energy is contagious. Spend time around people who push you, challenge you, and make you think bigger, and you'll naturally feel more motivated. Spend time around people who complain, blame, and make excuses, and you'll feel drained without even realizing it. Choose wisely. Your environment shapes your energy more than you think. Finally, remember that energy is a cycle. You have to give in order to receive. If you want more energy, start by adding value to others. Help someone, inspire someone, make someone's day better. Contribution is one of the most powerful energy boosters because it shifts your focus from yourself to something greater. When you operate from a place of purpose, your energy multiplies. At the end of the day, success is not just about working harder, it's about working smarter by managing your energy effectively. The more you protect, direct, and elevate your energy, the more unstoppable you become. Break limiting patterns. Most people live their lives on autopilot, repeating the same behaviors, making the same decisions, and wondering why nothing changes. They feel stuck, frustrated, and exhausted. But the truth is, they're trapped in a cycle of their own making. Your thoughts create your actions create your habits, and your habits shape your life. If you want to change your results, you need to break the patterns that are holding you back. The first step is awareness. You cannot change what you do not acknowledge. Look at your life honestly. Where are you repeating the same mistakes? Where do you feel stuck? What habits are keeping you from progress? Maybe you keep procrastinating on important work, telling yourself you'll start tomorrow. Maybe you constantly doubt yourself, replaying old failures in your mind instead of focusing on what's possible. Maybe you surround yourself with people who bring you down, yet you continue to engage in the same conversations, the same routines, the same energy-draining environments. If you want different results, you need to break the cycle. And breaking the cycle requires interrupting your patterns. Every time you catch yourself engaging in a habit that isn't serving you, you need to disrupt it immediately. If you always reach for your phone first thing in the morning and spend an hour scrolling, break that pattern. Put your phone in another room and replace that habit with something that fuels your mind: reading, journaling, exercising. If you always doubt yourself before taking action, break that thought cycle by asking, what's one small step I can take right now? The reason most people struggle to change is that they wait for motivation. But motivation is unreliable. It comes and goes. Change doesn't happen when you feel like it. It happens when you decide. The key is to create new habits that replace the old ones. If you keep telling yourself, I'll start tomorrow, you're reinforcing a pattern of delay. Instead, take action in the moment. Even a small shift, standing up, moving, speaking with confidence, can break the old programming and rewire your brain for success. Your environment also plays a massive role in shaping your patterns. If you constantly expose yourself to negativity, you will absorb it. If your surroundings encourage laziness, you will stay lazy. If the people around you make excuses, you will start making excuses too. That's why one of the most powerful ways to break limiting patterns is to change your environment. Upgrade your surroundings. Listen to uplifting content, read books that expand your thinking, and surround yourself with people who challenge and inspire you. Another powerful way to disrupt negative patterns is through physiology. Your body and mind are deeply connected, and when you shift your physical state, your mental state follows. If you're feeling stuck, change your posture. Stand taller, breathe deeply, move with purpose. It's impossible to stay in a negative state when your body is in a powerful, energized position. That's why successful people use movement to snap themselves out of fear, doubt, and hesitation. Breaking limiting patterns also requires changing your self-talk. Your words shape your reality. If you constantly tell yourself, I'm not good enough, I'll never succeed, or this is just how I am, you're reinforcing the very patterns that are keeping you stuck. Instead, start shifting your language. Replace self-doubt with self-empowerment. Instead of saying, I don't know how, say, I'm figuring it out. Instead of saying, I always fail, say, every setback is a lesson pushing me forward. Your brain believes what you tell it, so start feeding it beliefs that serve you. One of the biggest obstacles to breaking old patterns is fear. Fear of failure, fear of judgment, fear of change. But here's what you need to understand. Fear is just a story you tell yourself. It's not real. It's a projection of what might happen, not what will happen. And the only way to break free from it is to take action despite it. The moment you act in the face of fear, you prove to yourself that fear has no power over you. The more you do this, the more fearless you become. At the core of breaking limiting patterns is making a decision, a real decision, not a wish, not a hope, a commitment. Decide that you are done playing small. Decide that you are done repeating the same cycle. Decide that you will take control of your life no matter what, because the moment you make that decision, everything shifts. Take massive action. The difference between those who succeed and those who don't isn't intelligence, talent, or luck. It's action. Massive, consistent, and intentional action. Most people spend their lives waiting for the right time, waiting for motivation, waiting until they feel ready. But the truth is, there is no perfect time. There is no magical moment when everything aligns and you suddenly feel unstoppable. The only way to create momentum is to start moving right now with what you have. People often think they need more information before they can take action. They tell themselves, I need to read one more book, I need to take another course, or I need to plan everything out first. But knowledge without action is useless. How many people do you know who have all the information but still aren't getting results? Information doesn't create transformation. Execution does. You don't need more research. You don't need another plan. You need to take the first step, even if it's small, even if it's imperfect, because action creates clarity, and clarity creates confidence. One of the biggest lies people tell themselves is, I'll start when I feel ready. But readiness is a myth. You'll never feel completely ready because growth happens outside of your comfort zone. If you wait until you feel 100% prepared, you'll be waiting forever. The most successful people in the world take action before they feel ready. They jump in, they make mistakes, they learn, and they adjust along the way. That's how progress is made, not by waiting, but by doing. Another excuse people use is fear. Fear of failure, fear of judgment, fear of making the wrong choice. But failure isn't the opposite of success, it's part of success. Every person who has ever achieved anything great has failed multiple times. The difference is, they didn't let failure stop them. They used it as feedback, as a lesson, as fuel to improve. If you're not failing, you're not growing. And if you're not growing, you're staying stuck. The only real failure is inaction. Taking massive action also means being relentless. Too many people try something once, and if it doesn't work immediately, they give up. They convince themselves that it's not meant for them. But success isn't about trying once. It's about persistence. It's about pushing forward even when it's hard, even when you don't see immediate results. The most successful people aren't the ones who had an easy path. They're the ones who refuse to quit. One of the most effective ways to stay in action is to set clear, measurable goals. Vague goals lead to vague results. Instead of saying, I want to be successful, define what success looks like for you. Instead of saying, I want to get in shape, commit to a specific workout plan. Instead of saying, I want to start a business, set a deadline to launch your first product or service. When you have clear targets, your mind focuses on finding ways to achieve them. But goals alone aren't enough. You need a system. The people who achieve massive results don't just set goals, they create daily habits that move them forward. They don't rely on motivation because motivation is temporary. They rely on discipline, structure, and routines. If you want to write a book, write every day. If you want to build a business, make progress every single day. Success is not built in a day, it's built in the daily choices you make. Taking massive action also means being adaptable. Sometimes people get so attached to a specific plan that they refuse to adjust when things aren't working. But real progress comes from taking action, analyzing results, and making necessary changes. If one approach doesn't work, try another. If one strategy fails, learn from it and pivot. The key is to stay committed to the goal, but flexible in the approach. Finally, taking action isn't just about doing, it's about being. It's about stepping into the identity of the person you need to become. If you want to be successful, act like a successful person would act. Make decisions the way a leader would. Show up every day with the mindset and energy of the person you aspire to be. Because when you embody that version of yourself, your actions will naturally align with your goals. At the end of the day, action is the ultimate separator. The ones who take action succeed. The ones who wait, hesitate, and overthink remain stuck. The choice is yours. Are you going to keep waiting, or are you going to take massive action and create the life you truly want?